Alright. What up, YouTube fam? What up, what up? Welcome back. Need to bring this around a little bit. Maybe more in the middle. There we go. Like that, cool. Alright, we are back. We are back for another Asian stream. Let me just plug my phone in. Let me turn this off. Yeah, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Asian stream. Another Asian stream. This week is going fast. This bank holiday on Monday has really thrown my week out of the way. But yeah, gold had a very nice sell-off yesterday. Off the back of that news, came up, liquidated our double top. I also gave that for you guys on YouTube. Grabbed the double top and had a big sell-off. After grabbing the double top on gold, you dropped over like 120 plus ticks in like literally an hour. So it's a very big play. Right, let me just get Zoom set up, guys. I'll be 2 seconds. I'll let a few more people join in, and then we'll get started. See what the markets are saying today. I had a nice little scalp yesterday on gold, closed like $900 in like 10 minutes, and didn't really trade for the rest of the day, which was nice. So let me just invite the guys in. All right, let me just share this. Let me share the link. Made me a trader but not a profitable one. Well, good to hear. I made you a trader, man. If you want me to be your mentor, you can either watch the streams or you're more than welcome to join the private community, man. Asia live stream. Everyone, all right. Zoom link is in. All right, let me quit Discord. Let me get Zoom over here. Let me get the chat up here. Yeah, we'll get started in a second. I'll let a few more people join, and then we will start breaking down gold. We have unemployment claims today pre-New York, which is going to be very big. It's got some big news coming up today, which I think gold has pretty much been waiting on. We had oil on a nice like 100 plus tick move yesterday, which is very nice as well. So you had some pretty nice moves yesterday. I had a nice little Dow play drawn up as well. I didn't actually take it, but yeah, I had a really nice little Dow scalp drawn up pre-New York, which yeah ended up actually playing pretty nice. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I'm only just jumping on the charts now, so I'll start in a second. Once we give 5 more minutes, once we start getting more people in, we'll start breaking down the charts. I'll show you guys the levels that I gave on the YouTube stream yesterday, and the YouTube call on Sunday has been playing out very well. I talked about this entire sell-off on gold on the Sunday market call, and now it's dropped like what, over 300 ticks. So let's just see. So today we got unemployment claims 10:30, which is an hour before the New York Open. So unemployment claims today are going to be very key. Very key. It'll be interesting to see how London goes on gold with them unemployment claims later on. But yeah, it's a pretty big day today. And this weekly on gold is going to be very interesting. Right, let me let Zoom guys in. Zoom guys are here. Alright. What time is it? Got 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes and we'll get started in a second. What's going on, Zoom guys? Good to have you guys back in the chat. See what Asia's saying today. They're just saying to the guys on YouTube, we have unemployment claims today, which is going to be very, very important. Let me just share this. So yeah, we've got unemployment claims pre-New York today. So it'll be interesting to see if Asia and London actually get some moves today. Asia may have a move, London may be choppy, but let's see. Hey Aaron, what's going on, man? Welcome back to the stream. Let me just get the fan on, it's pretty hot in here. So yeah, unemployment claims today is going to give gold a very, very decent move. Up or down, we'll have to see. What time is it? 3 more minutes. YouTube guys, drop a little like for the stream. As soon as we hit 10 likes, we'll start sharing the screen. We've got about 3 more minutes here till the scheduled start time. So we'll see. But yeah, I took a very small little scalp yesterday on gold. Where is it gone? It was around here. Have I deleted it? Did I delete it? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Oh, maybe I deleted it. Where was it? Where was the little play that I had yesterday? What day was it yesterday? Wednesday. I had a little bounce. Yeah, I had this bounce up here. I took some longs from around here and just scalped it up like 10 pips up and then ended up. No, sorry, here. That's where I had it. So I had it from here and just scalped it up into there for a very quick little play, and then ended up coming back down, ripping back up, and then yeah, gold came up and liquidated this high that we were talking about in the London stream, and then just absolutely sold off like 130 ticks after liquidating them highs. So them highs got grabbed like 2 minutes before that news came out, and then PMI came out and the gold pushed straight back down. So surprise, surprise, the technicals were already in place before that news came out. So it was a very, very nice play. If anyone didn't scalp that play down, very, very well played. But yeah, let's do it. Let's just start breaking down Goldie. So we have closed bearish on the daily on gold. We're trading back below this very key resistance support, broke below it, retested, and driving lower. So today on gold, we're looking pretty bearish. The daily's bearish. The Asia may push up a little bit, but at any opportunity, you want to see if you can pull this back down into like this support down here. It's probably going to be like the first level where you'd want to be targeting. Excuse me. So yeah, kind of pushed down yesterday. You know, you've liquidated some highs on Friday. Monday was doji, bank holiday. Yesterday, Tuesday, broken below this support. Yesterday retested, re-dropped back lower. So if anything today, we want to see this continue to push down. Hi Aaron, what's going on, man? What up? What up? So that was the liquidity grab that we were talking about yesterday. So we came up, you know, we ranged, we grabbed the lows, we came up, we wicked out the highs, and then completely pushed back down. So currently going to be looking for any signs of pullback to take gold down into that daily flip and back down into the support, back down here. So this level here is the daily support. It would be ideal if Asia could retrace before creating that bottom wick, and then you could be looking for shorts on gold to come back down. Let me just get this over here. Let me move this over here. So we're currently kind of trying to creep up in this little triangle. So you may come and grab some lows. You kind of did grab some lows there. This is on the, it's on the 30-minute chart. So let me just do this on the, let me do this on the 30-minute futures chart. I'll keep that for the currency chart. So 30-minute on the futures chart here on gold. We are coming down into this support. So we got support. Got support down there, and we also have this little resistance up there. Kind of got a little double top there. You have to see if that's been grabbed on the currency chart. If not, these highs could be of interest. So that's kind of 30 level. Let's go see what's going on the 15 here. So you've got big 15 support right there, and then you've also got 15 resistance right there. So you kind of got gold trapped in this little area for now. How many ticks is this range? Is it worthwhile trading? 10 ticks? No. So we need a break out of this range. A break out of this range to whichever direction. We could be looking for a play on gold. So we've already got, look at it, you've already got the futures chart back down at the support, but the currency chart's still kind of holding up a little bit here. So let me just adjust the, so that's the, is that the daily level? Yes, so that's the daily level there on gold. That's support. So we kind of got intraday resistance there, support there. So you had that support, kind of little fake out there. So this level's going to be interesting. See if you're going to retrace some of this move. Let me just see if that 30 double top had been grabbed on the currency chart. No. So let me go down to the 5. Let me clean this up actually. Let's do some 5-minute levels here. Let me start again. Did we grab some highs? No, not really. So we came very close to liquidating this high here, but we did bounce off this resistance, grabbing these highs. Kind of seeing this initial push down first thing of the day. Kind of got support there. So how many ticks is this range? Can we trade this range? Let me see. 20 ticks? Yeah, absolutely cool. So although it's ranging, this is a big enough range for us to be able to trade, which is good. But we'll have to see it squeeze down a little bit more. Obviously, if the range is 20 ticks and you can trade a 20 tick range, amazing. But you can only trade that at the highs or the lows. Because if it's in the middle of the range, then it's not 30, then it's not 20 tick range. It's 7 to the lows and 14 to the highs. Yo, Antonio, what's going on, man? What up? What up? So, wait for this to develop a little bit more. Let's just see how that hourly has closed. So yeah, we're big hourly support right now. Big hourly support. Favoring shorts to hit 1920. Bearish order block. I don't trade order blocks, but I'll have a look at 1920. I don't know if you're talking about the currency chart or the futures chart. Where's 1920 on the futures chart is all the way down below there. Good morning, brother. Good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. So the previous hourly on gold, it did close bearish, you know, breaking all of this level, but you're still a big hourly support. So currency chart has a lot more downside here. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. Let's make this 15 a little bit bigger. And yeah, let's see if we're going to actually break this support or we're going to flip back up and come and grab some highs. I'm favoring it to pull back and grab some highs. But we'll see. We will see. I think we wait for the first 15 closure here to kind of assess what's going to go on for this Asian session today. Let me just share the top step link. I also realized I still have an FX broker in this bio which I need to delete. Because I don't trade on that broker anymore. How do I edit this? I'll do it after. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. If Asia's choppy today, then it'd be interesting to see how London is. But I think you may get a push in Asia and chop in London with them unemployment claims later on. So the closer you get to unemployment claims, the more you want to be careful of taking any trades. Because I think it's going to give a pretty big push today. If you look at gold on the weekly, you know, previous weeks have still closed bullish. Obviously this week is pushing down quite aggressively, but you're still at big weekly support. All of this is a big level, where if news comes out and just completely takes this higher, from a technical perspective, it wouldn't really be that surprising. You haven't really grabbed any weekly highs yet either. So you do have to be wary of this potentially swinging back up. Or if you get weekly closures, you know, back below, like, what, probably 1920, then you could see us coming to fill that monthly wick. Because you're still this big monthly support as well. Obviously, we're only, what, 7 days into this current month, and it's having this initial push down. So probably going to find some support from these regions, which could see this gold have a retracement. So we're at some big levels coming into unemployment claims today, which is interesting. Very interesting. So I think it's gonna be a pretty big day today. To top it off, Top Step also does first reset after you break 50. Break for 50% off. Yeah, I had that, man. Yeah. Before I'd even needed it, I got an email saying 50% off a reset. It was fucking great. So you get like a reset for what, like $49 or something, which is very good. Rather than like when I was doing FX challenges, and I would fail a challenge for whatever reason, I'd be so disheartened and frustrated knowing I have to pay like $500 to $1,000 again to have to do it all over again. You can get a complimentary reset. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I had a few complimentary resets when they went through the TraderVate issues as well, which was amazing. So Top Step are very accommodating. Very accommodating. One of the most accommodating prop firms out there. You know, FTMO would never offer resets or free resets at all. You'd never get that. And even when they had issues with the broker, when Top Step had issues with TraderVate, which was an issue like completely out of their hands, they were refunding people's challenges and also people's red days. So I think I had a red day at one point, and I wasn't anything to do with an issue, and they refunded that red day, which was amazing. Even though it was like I had no issues with the broker, it was just my own little loss. They refunded that, which was yeah, amazing. No other FX prop firm would ever do that, ever. So gold see a nice little push here. We're already getting some good volume here in Asia, which is nice. It's gonna be interesting if we're gonna close below this 15 support. If we do, then amazing. We can short this down to the daily low. So I assume the daily is probably creating a bottom wick now already. Yeah, it's cool. So you're already creating that bottom wick on the daily. So you come back up, retested, now pushing back lower. Wednesday's low is, so previous daily low is right down here. So we're already seeing some nice pushes here in Asia, which is great. I'm just waiting for the first 15-minute close of the session. But it's looking like we're already getting some nice pushes, which is great. Like how many ticks is this? This is already 8 ticks. Very nice. Very nice. Now so the futures chart here is already back at this support, but like I said, the currency chart's still got some room to squeeze back lower. Mark, make some lunch money. Yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying. make some pips, and then me and Marco are gonna get some food in. So I got to pay for that lunch. If gold gives no pips, then I think Mark said he would pay. What do equal highs and lows say on the 1-5-15 indicate? I don't know. I don't trade the one minute. Look at the 5 minute on Oz 200. Yeah, I don't trade Oz 200 either, man. So I have absolutely no idea. I mean, if I'm talking about a double top or double bottom, yeah, it's because I want it to come and grab the liquidity. But whether ASX does that, I have absolutely no idea how it moves. Gold shout your money. Yeah, gold will get it in. Gold will get it for us. Gold owes me. Gold owes me big time. What was I having a look at? Yes, I was having a look at a little look at Euro Pound yesterday. For telling you some swing analysis. We'll look at that. Yeah, lovely. We can move back up. How did Nasdaq move yesterday? Oh, sweet. They're gonna get this. So we're gonna get this 15 close on gold in like 2 minutes here, and it's looking like we're actually gonna break the support, which is quite nice. Ooh, Nasdaq with the big sell-off yesterday. I don't know if anyone traded that. There's a big sell-off there. Liquidate the highs, push lower. It looked pretty messy prior to the drop, but it did actually end up pushing. That little double top, come up, wick out the highs. Chopped around quite a lot after grabbing the highs though. But as soon as you break that support, bam, what a push. Probably don't have to be trading like the 1 minute to catch that. Gold requires more skill. Yeah, gold just requires execution. Gold just requires execution, closures, and keeping it simple. I can see if you just short this resistance down into here, that's 20 ticks. You catch that 10 contracts, amazing. Like this push down yesterday. This is the highs that I gave in the London stream on YouTube as well. You short after grabbing them highs. That's 130 tick push. 10 contracts, like $13,000 trade in literally like just over an hour. I mean, you keep it short again, so it breaks the support, retests 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It gives you an opportunity to enter straight back down to the next level. There's another 46 tick push, another $4,000 trade. So gold to me actually moves pretty simple. You just have to trade levels and wait for closures. Like, I mean, I'm sure everyone from the most basic retail understanding of the markets knows what support and resistance is. That's a big support. Breaks the support, so trades off the resistance, grabs the highs, breaks the support. You short that retest, you short into the next level. Bam, amazing. Like you could have trailed your stops and been out there for like almost a 60 tick gain. Which 10 contracts, $6,000 in what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. It's pretty crazy. So like I actually find gold moves pretty simple. I think people overcomplicate it a little bit too much. Don't get me wrong, you definitely have to know how it moves for sure, because gold moves a lot different. But if you can master gold, yeah, you don't need anything else. I mean, like that little bounce I took yesterday was like $900 in like 10 minutes. It was a very simple trade. So I took yesterday, I took this little bounce. So if I just go, so I took this play yesterday. It was a very small play. I had this tiny little play like this. I actually closed this too early, but I took a little bounce up into them dirty highs like that. That was all I took. 5-10 minutes, it was like $900. Well, so right, this 15 is just closed here on gold. So 15 has broken this support nicely. I need it to create a top wick, and you could potentially see this short into the daily lows. which is 8 ticks. So where would your stop loss be? Stop loss is just based off if it closes back above, pretty much. Where's the level? So if you're short in here, your stop loss is the second that this closes back above, you cut the trade. Exactly the same here. You short there, closes above, you cut the trade. So it's just based off closures. That right there is the way that I always keep my losses small. If I take shorts from here, the second that price closes back above this level, I'll cut it straight away. Even if it then recloses back below and it's a fake out, amazing, I'll just re-enter. But the second it closes back above the level, just cut the trade. Even there again, look. You kind of, it's like there's once gold is trending, it's incredibly simple. Look at it, you got all this support here again. Look at that, support. Sorry, broke resistance. So you take another short right there. There you go, another amazing 45 ticks. So 15 has closed bearish. You just regrab the previous 15 low on the currency chart. If you get more of a top wick here, you may short this back down into support. I want to see this potential 5-minute high get grabbed for a potential pushback lower. How long have we been trading for? Like 5 years now, man. 5 years. I'm 28 years old. I started when I was about 22, pushing 23. I've only been streaming on YouTube for what, like maybe 9 months or something, and we've shared some incredible trades. You know, I was solo, just trading on my own, didn't share anything. I had no desire to for like over 3 years. And spent 2 years absolutely failing at trading as well. I posted my comment, my internet got cut out. Did you say something about my analysis? I'm not too sure, man. Can you show time zone is best for gold and Nasdaq? So for gold, I mean, it depends. Like, if you're talking about scalper, man, for gold, man, you can honestly you can trade gold in any session, which is the reason I love gold so much. You can trade gold in London, Asia, or New York. I mainly trade gold in Asia and London. Oh, look at this today. Yeah, closure back above here. So yeah, so I mainly trade gold in Asia and London. If you want to trade something like Nasdaq, you can trade Nasdaq in London, but I wouldn't recommend it because the volume is just so hit and miss. I would trade Nasdaq just in the US session. Like pre-New York Open, you get some pretty good pushes. Depending on where you're at in the world as well. If you trade the New York PM session, you can catch some pretty clean moves on that as well. Favorite shorts price to hit 1920. Oh yeah, was that on the? Are you talking about the futures chart? If you're talking about 1920, man, I assume you probably are. If you're talking about futures chart, I mean, yeah. Well, overall very bearish. You got 1920s still on the futures chart, very very low. We're still at big 4-hour support on gold. This is why. It wouldn't surprise me to see at some point gold have a deep retracement back up to some pretty big levels before potentially seeing that dip back down. I think gold needs to swing up and retrace some of this. You know, it's been a very nice push down. I think a nice swing back up, retrace some of this move before pushing lower is a pretty nice shout. So I like to come back up and retrace like maybe around here. Before, you know, a big push down, I think it'd be nice. Look at that 4-hour. Look at that 4-hour resistance. Wicks out highs, drops lower. Those are very nice. So let me delete that now. Oh, sorry, I meant the currency chart. No worries, man. Let me have a look. So price to hit 1920. Okay, let me have a look here. So 1920s back up there. Never traded futures chart. I'm afraid that's all good, man. Okay, I still watch it as well because most people still look at the currency chart. favorite short price get 1920s. Yeah, so I think you could easily see it. I think you could easily see it retrace to 1920. I think you may even see it retrace in the currency chart, like even back up into like, you know, maybe not there, but yeah, probably like back down to like 1921, 1922. Yeah, seems like a pretty good level, man. Seems like a nice level. Retrace some of the move. You know, you've got the daily. So you've had the daily push pretty aggressive, and break below this key resistance here. So you got resistance, support, broke, resistance, support. So yeah, I mean, I think you could easily see it retrace that. 19, 20, 22. Yeah, I like that, man. That's a nice level. Very nice level. Depending on how unemployment claims come out, though, if gold kind of, you know, Asia and London kind of trickles its way down, you know, pre-unemployment claims, then yeah, you never know. You could just see a complete push back up, or vice versa. If we creep up in London and Asia, then you may see this continue pushing back lower. So today is a big day for gold. Super complicated again, as I'm trading an index and getting scared of gold's volatility. So would you say if I want to earn a living, I'll be able to get 10 pips a day? Well, to get 10 pips every single day, I mean, it's possible, yeah, but I don't think it should be a realistic goal. I mean, like 10 pips a day is only 50 pips a week. So like to catch 50 pips on gold is not that crazy. But it depends on if you're scalping or swing trading. Like when I was swing trading, we'd scalp. I'm sorry, if I was swing trading, we'd scalp. If I was swing trading, we'd be swinging gold for like 200, 300, 400 ticks. But if I'm intraday trading, yeah, I mean, just like if you like gold comes in support, you buy support. That right there's 20 ticks. 10 pips a day keeps the doctor away. Absolutely, man, absolutely. 10 pips a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. That's for fucking sure. You don't need to catch them bigger moves, but 10 pips a day isn't a lot depending on the position size that you're trading and how you manage your risk. Making a good enough living to live off, you know, 10 pips a day, 50 pips a week, including losses, stuff like that. You know, if you're trading 10 contracts, yeah, amazing. You could catch 10 ticks profit a week and be done. But scaling to that point takes a lot of time and persistence and consistency. Like if you catch 10 pips, 10 contracts, that's $1,000. But it's all about consistency. It's all about consistency and managing your risk. But I mean, yeah, like if you like, I could honestly, I could sit here and scalp 10 pips in and out fucking constantly on God if I really wanted to, but that's not the goal either. Like I took that tiny little play I took yesterday. I literally bought here, sold there, and that was literally 10 pips. And that was I don't think I can share it on here, but that was literally like, I don't know, $900 in like 10 minutes. Well, minus commissions, etc. How do I? No, I can't send it here. Let me see if I can actually. Let me see if I can share it. But yeah, I do think people do overcomplicate gold a little bit. Sometimes I even find myself maybe just over analyzing too much, and sometimes I just have to take a step back and look what's really going on. And sometimes gold can be incredibly simple. So that was this was yesterday. If that works. I don't know if that works. It's just like I say, like in the travel train video, it's honestly just consistency. That's all it is. It's all people need. It's consistency and discipline. I'm very, without sounding like an egotistical asshole, I'm very disciplined in my trading. And more so because I do it live with you guys. If I do something stupid and I steer away from my trading plan, then I'm gonna look fucking stupid in front of you guys, and I'm also gonna look stupid for myself. So streaming as well has made me much more disciplined, and I would highly recommend for people who are upcoming in trading, during your session, man, fucking record yourself and talk out loud like I'm doing. It will feel really fucking stupid at first, but if you can go back and watch you talk out loud your thought process, and you can go back and watch that at the end of the week, and listen to what you're actually saying. And then if you take a win or you take a loss, and you can listen back to your thought process, and then you can be like, why the fuck was I thinking that? And then you have kind of things to work on. But if in the beginning you just keep taking random trades, a little trade here, a little trade there, and you have no journal, you have no nothing to kind of work off, then you're just going to go around in circles. I wish I had started streaming and started recording myself trading more often, because just being able to go watch back that, even in like 5-10 years time when you're still trading, to see how much you've adapted, see how much the markets have changed, in itself is going to be so interesting. But for your own growth, talking out loud is going to help you kind of, I don't know how to say it, but it's going to kind of like put it in your brain more. It's kind of going to stop you from doing less stupid shit. And if you talk out loud, it kind of re-emphasizes what you're kind of doing. That's my opinion. I think that would massively help people, because I definitely think streaming has helped me become a better intraday trader. So like, even if you guys who trade the New York session, man, just start your own private Zoom call, share your screen, and just record yourself for like an hour, 2 hours, and at the end of the week or the end of the day or the next morning, man, just sit there and go watch it back. Listen to what you were saying out loud, because it's so easy. And I see so many people, myself included, in the beginning, when I was trading like MT4, oh look at this 30s, look at 30s, look at a nice bounce of this support. My MT4 would just be flooded of just random positions with no real reasons for any trades. So when I look at, you see these people sharing their MT4s these days, and it's just flooded with loads of random positions. It's like, I already know that you're just kind of taking random positions with no real reason. But now that I do all my journaling, share all that stuff live, I mean, I've always traded live. It keeps me in check, and it's good for me to be able to, like, at any point, I could go on my YouTube channel, and now I could watch back like a stream. I mean, we've been doing Zoom calls for like way over 2 years now, but we never recorded them. But now they're actually recorded on YouTube. I could go back and watch me taking a trade from like 8 months ago, and it'll be interesting to see what I was doing then. How I've adapted, and yeah, I think it's a good thing to do. I mean, I still have like, back at my old house, I still have like old journal notes from like 5 years ago, where I would literally write down on a piece of paper every single Sunday my Sunday watch list. Maybe I should get that from my family when they come over. But yeah, I would write down the date, the day of the week, every pair that I was watching, all the key levels, and I still have them to this day. And I think that in itself, to one day look back on, is a pretty cool thing. And I still have where is it? Let me show you. And I still have stuff like this, where I still do stuff like this. It doesn't matter what level you get to, I still will do shit like this. I'll print off like a copy of some charts, and I'll write some note. Look, and I'll keep this. I'll keep this forever. It's good for me to still always be adaptive, always learning. But I think just to one day look back on will be pretty cool. If anyone ever thinks, when you become a full-time trader, it's just gonna be easy and you can pretty much do nothing all day, you're unfortunately gonna be in the wrong business. So 15 actually just closed nice and strong there. 30 has respected that support quite nicely. That's $1 million book. I tell you what, it damn is. There's a shit ton of value in them old books. There really is. We can have a buy stop on this current 5 in a second on gold. Difference between amateurs and pro elite traders. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I used to hate journaling, but now I will not take a trade without putting it in my journal. And if ever I feel like I'm, like, when I wouldn't put a trade in my journal, that's when I already know I've done something fucking stupid. So, yeah. So this 15 has had a little fake out here. You have a little instant bottom wick here. You can actually start. Let me just see if there's much liquidity here. Let me see. I'm gonna take a little position just to see what the volume is like here. See what the fills are like on gold. I don't imagine they're gonna be the best right now. Let me just see. It's not bad actually. I've just taken one contract literally just to assess the volume. I'm not in any real positions just yet. I just wanted to see what the fills are like. But you could, if we can see this 15, sorry 5, 5, 15 and 30 all reflip back bullish. You may have a position here in a second. To come back up to the highs of this range is going to be 20 ticks. And it'll probably be based off the 15 because the 15 has closed bearish, closed back bullish, and currently coming back down for the retest. So if this doesn't reflip bullish, then that's fine. But yeah, you may have a buy order on the break of this 15 high in a second. Let's see if the 5 could just come and grab some more lows here. This could be nice. Let me just look at. So you got the previous 5-minute low down there. Wait, what was that? Don't do that. So if you can wick out them highs, then I could consider buys on the flip of this current 15 because you've had the fake out of this support. 30 still respected in the support. So unless you close back below, the trade would become invalid. But as long as you still hold above this level, you may see gold. I mean, it is a very tight range. But you may see gold come back up to that level and then start to re-break higher. Do you always wait for the currency chart to be liquidated before putting? That's the only reason I'm still watching the currency chart is because on the currency chart sometimes you'll see highs and lows will get grabbed, but on the futures chart because it's less manipulated, them grabs don't happen. But for me, that's quite an important part of the trading plans. That's the reason I still watch the currency chart. But if you just want to trade just the futures chart, you can. But yeah, I personally still like to watch the currency chart because them little things are very, very important. So if anyone is wondering why do I have futures and trade currency, that's literally the only reason. Because them little grabs can happen on the currency chart, but not the futures chart. So I'm going to cut this little one contract in a second. This isn't an official position. I just took this one contract just to kind of assess some volume here and assess the fills, because sometimes fills in Asia, they're not as good as the US session, of course, because there's less liquidity. But this one was actually pretty good. Cool. All right, let me cut out that. There we go. I'm out of that little contract. So the 5 on the futures chart is already flipping bullish, but the currency chart isn't flipping just yet. There's no on FT mode. There's no top wick on the current 5, so I'm kind of stuck on which to trust. And when it doesn't have, it's honestly it's best to trust this futures chart because this is the actual price of gold, whereas this is just the price of gold that Owanda's given me. This isn't the true price of gold. They could create these false top wicks, but yeah, like I say, on the futures chart, we've already created that top wick and already pushing higher. I would love to see this 5-minute come and grab some lows before we get in this trade, though. So you didn't flip bullish there, so there's not a whole heap of volume just yet. That's the reason I'm not in this just yet. But that 15 is quite a nice little bounce there. What's that? It's 3 ticks, yeah, it's a very tight range. But that fake out and that hourly rejection, 30 rejection is pretty nice. But it's only 4 ticks, and there is going to be, if we do get in these longs, we will have to be managing here, but more so once you grab the previous 30 high. I think that's going to be the main decider. I would like to see this 5-minute come spike some lows first, because you can see here we haven't really grabbed any lows in all of this push. Well, actually, did we? Wait. You did there, so you grabbed them lows there. Not really. I think we need to grab a little bit more. Is the YouTube stream a little bit laggy? I don't know. Don't know. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. No worries at all. But yeah, like, see, the reason I like this push up on gold, well, I mean, the daily lows are still going to be of interest, but we didn't really grab any highs before this little dip back lower. So obviously we are in a range, but you've grabbed the lows, so you wicked out the lows, pushed higher. But also something interesting, and this is kind of, I don't know if I want to share this on YouTube, but before this push up, we also haven't grabbed any lows. So this low here is also going to now be a liquidity low. The reason that this is a liquidity low, because if this was going to be this big reversal rejection, you would wick out these lows before that big push. So these lows and these highs are going to be our liquidity levels for today, and we'll be playing price up into whichever way we break towards that level. So we're having a fake out there, so you may be driving it back up into this high. I'm pretty impressed. Cheers for the, yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I traded on Blueberry Markets for like 4 years, man. Blueberry Markets are good, and they're Australian as well. So if you guys in Australia, it's nice to know that your broker is in Australia and regulated. I don't trade on them anymore because I moved to futures. But if I had to give one FX broker, it'd be IC Markets or Blueberry Markets. So if anyone, I don't know if anyone did get in on that flip. But you don't want to be, so you probably have stops like somewhere down here, and you want to be managing soon. Because I would have wanted to see this 5 just wick out the lows and actually flip with a nice body. But the 15 is looking quite nice, because you just have to be careful of this right here. As soon as you grab these 5-minute highs, that's where if you were in longs, that's where you want to be neutral and managing your position. So this high here, I mean, if we close above these highs, amazing. Yeah, I'm an Oz. Soon try to start buying Pascal library. Yeah, good shout. Yeah, that's what I was pretty much doing, man. I would trade funded, and I would also be trading personal there as well. So that's a good plan, man. Good plan. And I'll be doing the same with futures as well. So what time is it? So we have just had that 30. Yeah, so 30 close was nice. So this 30-minute range is only 8 ticks, which is very tight. But this range here is much nicer. And we're going to get this hourly close soonish as well. We're still bouncing off that hourly support. Just found this channel. Hey, nice, man. Good to have you on the stream. Are you in a trade? No, I was looking for this trade here. Like this. Oh, fuck. Like this. To come and grab this liquidity. But I'm just waiting for more volume than this. But soon we could have a play, man. Can I steal your journal template? Yeah, of course you can, man. Let me share it to you. Let me share it in here. You just have to just make a copy of it and delete all of my crap, but don't delete the formulas, and then it should work, man. But I'll send it to you here. You can absolutely have it. So 5 just closed bullish, nice. So we don't have to grab that 5 now, but if we can at least come and liquidate that previous 5, amazing. So let me share this. How do I? My internet's been a bit slow today. So you can have you as a viewer, and then there you go, man. Yeah, so you can just make a copy of it, delete all my stuff, and then just keep all the formulas so it keeps your, like, you know, the win rate and stuff like that. And yeah, get journaling, man. Get journaling every single position you take. Good trade, bad trade, get it journaled, man. And write some notes with it as well. Leveraged. So on futures it's different. So on Top Step, your buying power is the account that you'll be trading. So if you do like, oh, we're about to grab this 5-minute low here. This is the last 5 minutes 15. So yeah, so I was saying, yeah, so with Top Step, it's the buying power. So because it's on a funded account, you don't have to worry about, you know, like 1 to 30 and stuff like that. Obviously, like, you know, with funded accounts, there's, I'm not going to go into the whole logistics of it, but there's also tax benefits as well. But like I say, I'm not by any means a qualified accountant, so I can't really give any tax advice, but there is tax benefits to trading funded accounts. No, so you took 7 trades, is that right? Yeah, so it's on futures, it's each trade is both ways as well. So if I buy in with one contract, that and then I sell the contract back, that's classed as 2 trades. So when I just took that little buy on gold, and I entered in that, so I originally entered in 5, and then another 5. And I think I also entered in some ones as well to kind of scale into it and assess the volume. Kind of similar, you know, similar to what I just did here. Same as the contracts, like it will say 30 contracts, but that's both ways. So this 5 minutes this 5 minutes pushing down, grabbing the previous low, which is nice. If we can flip out of here soon, this could be nice. This is the last 5 of the 15 here, so let's see how this can close. The only thing is, if you do take some longs, like I say, you have to be break even as soon as we grab these highs. Can't see your journaling. Oh yeah, that was someone in the Zoom asking, man. If you guys on YouTube want the journal, just send me a message on Instagram. I'll send it to you there. Probably easier. But that was someone on Zoom asking. There's one of the boys in the community. But yeah, I'm going to Vietnam in November, which will be sweet. So I'll do some travel trading videos in Vietnam, which will be pretty cool. I'm excited to go there. I never been to Vietnam before. Obviously still be trading, streaming every single day as well. But it'd be good to go. It'd be good to go away for a little trip to Vietnam. And then we're gonna have Bali next year as well, which is gonna be sweet. Ooh, look at that, pushing back lower. So if you actually, I wanted price to come and liquidate these lows, but if you actually close below them, then you may just range a little bit more and come and grab these daily lows. I'll only consider shorts once you break back below this level, and once you come and liquidate some 15-minute highs. Again, this is what we were talking about, how the currency chart grabs highs when the futures chart didn't. So the futures chart respected the previous 15, and that's why I was just checking the currency. The currency just grabbed the previous 15. So something to watch. I was gonna say I wouldn't short until we grab some 15-minute highs, but we already have. So futures chart 15 just closed back bearish with no real wick. Instant push down as well. I'm long on GJ. Oh, nice, man. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We're starting to see a little bit of volume here. Ooh, there. This is pretty similar setup to gold. Have to push up, come down, liquidate some lows. You've got some nice resistance up there. Up into them highs. Yeah, you could have nice play, man. That 5-minute liquidity grab is what I was kind of looking to do something like here. So that's pretty nice. Grab a nil, then 5-minute lows retesting. So you've just had the 15 close on GJ as well. Yeah, really nice. You just got to survive the bottom wick, and then you could be looking for the push back up into maybe like what, back up into here or something. Could be pretty nice. Where did you get in from, Carl? Because you probably could have been to a nice trade there, man. That's looking pretty nice. You had this level where you broke above, retested, liquidated the lows. Now dipping back up. So have you got any longs from even there? Yeah, it could be a nice little scalp there, man. I could like that. Let's just see what Goldie's gonna do here. And what's the reset for? Start the challenge again. Yeah, so if you trade on Top Step, if you break a rule for whatever reason and you have to start the challenge again, you don't have to pay to do the challenge all over again like other FX firms. Like if you break a rule on FTMO, you got to pay like $1,000 again. On Top Step, you just pay a reset fee. So once you're in the challenge, you don't have to go pay a whole fee to start again. You just pay for a reset, and you're back. You're back fresh, ready to go. Well, you got up to 15. Yeah, nice, man. I like that. That's a nice trade. You got a nice 15 closure there as well. Just survived that bottom 15 wick, and I think you could see a nice drive. That's a nice trade, man. Tad late, we're waiting for the 15 close above. Yeah, no, I think that was probably the safest, to be honest, because you could have easily just respected this and pushed lower. I think even if you close back below, I think the entry you've got is valid. 30's also closed above as well. It's quite a tight range. But it's still, yeah, you could get a nice little play. Let's have a look at Australian dollar futures quick, because the Australian dollar futures had some nice pushes in the last Asian session. Can you reset if you break a rule when you're? Yeah, so if you get funded and then you break a rule, you just pay for the reset, and then you're back to just the step one process anyway. The good thing about Top Step is, well, I mean, when they used to have the two-step process, if you got funded, you wouldn't then go back to phase 1, phase 2, and then funded again. You would just go back to phase 2, and then you could be funded again by the end of the week. But now it's just a one-step process. If you get funded, then break a rule, reset, do the one-step process again, and then you could be funded again by, like, the end of the week, for example. That kind of worked out a lot better when they had the two-step process, but now they've only got one-step process. Yeah, it's basically the same. Oh, give me 2 seconds, guys. My dog's going crazy. Sorry, guys. My dog was just fucking going nuts all of a sudden. The reset same price as the account. No, the reset's cheaper. The reset's like half the price. That's the benefit of it, as opposed to having to pay again. You just pay for a reset, and you get quite often with Top Step, you'll get like complimentary resets as well. Just every now and again, you'll get an email. You also get like 50%. I've had like 50% discount codes a lot as well. So what's this 15? Is this 15 still pushing down? I don't mind, my dog was just going crazy all of a sudden. What have I just done? So this 15 has an instant bottom wick here. I'm trying to see if we're going to get a little bit more volume. 15. I'm seeing if this 15 is going to flip back up here. Since when? It's always... Oh, so maybe you're talking about... Because if you use the link, then you get the discounts code. But prior to that, so the 50K... Let's use the 100K account. So the 100K account was $325 a month. But then the reset was only $99. But obviously with the current discounts, you won't even really need it. But when they go back to the previous pricing, you know, 100 count, it will be 325. So if you're paying 325, then the resets is only going to be like, what, a fraction of that at like 99? But no, yeah, with the actual current sales, you're right, it is pretty much the same. But when they go back to normal pricing, the reset is, yeah, much more worthwhile. Then if you get the discount code as well, then you can like, you know, you can reset like a 100K account for like $49 or something. It's pretty good. Let me see. Nah, you see more. How long we got? We got 8 more minutes to this Audi's gonna close. Yeah, it goes back to regular. Yeah. No, that makes sense, man. Yeah, I was like, nah, surely that's not right. But yeah, no, with the current discounts, yeah, you're right. But when it goes back to normal, yeah, it's significant. Like even for the like 150K account, so you pay 140 for a reset, and the actual account will be 375. How would you manage risk on a 100K top step account? I mean, just stick to the same. Like I'm trading like on 150, like 10 contracts. 10 contracts on gold. So you know, if I catch like 10 ticks on gold, it's $1,000. And I'm always kind of managing my risk. Like my risk is never really more than like I cut my losses probably quicker than, you know, what most gurus will show you, but that's the reason I'm able to trade 10 contracts. But I mean, if you can just use, like, if you never traded futures before, you can just log into a paper account here, and if you go create new order, it will show you percentage risk here in TradingView as well, which is good. But it depends what you're trading. If you're going to trade 10 contracts on gold, don't trade 10 contracts on something like NAS, because it's going to be a completely different value. I would never trade 10 contracts on NAS. 10 contracts on NAS is way too much, but on gold, yeah, I can manage risk pretty well. Like my losses are never really more than like, you know, 15 ticks or something, which is like just about 1%. But for the most part, you know, my losses are around like 300 to 800 maybe. So we've got 5 minutes to this hourly close. I kind of want to see if we're actually going to now just close below the support and see how the next hourly is going to go. If we close below this support, then we can come and target some daily lows. So we're coming into the last 5 minutes. It's not looking like we're going to break this support, which is fine. If we don't break the support, we'll just go long. But I want to see it. I want to see it do something. Do something for us, Goldie. Does your discount code work for the resets? Yeah, so if you use the link, you'll stay on that same price forever. Even if they go back, you'll still be able to stay on the current prices. And like ongoing as well. So yeah, let's just see how this is going to close here. See if we get some volume in this next. We almost had a trade there, so we could have a trade at any point. Because, you know, if we can get this push back up into these highs, it could actually be a really nice play. That's like 12 ticks minimum. I would prefer if we could just wick out these lows first. But, I mean, if you grab the highs, then you'll probably grab the lows later on. Well, let's see. See how this hour's going to close. The loose Dane, what up, man? What up, what up? What's going on? What's going on? Ooh, look at this. This Audi could be juicy here. To start to flip bullish the last couple of seconds here, this Audi's going to be interesting. So the 15, yeah, so the 15, you had that fake out. It's not closed below the support yet. 30 is still respecting it. My only concern is now that the 30 has come very close to that support but not grabbed any of the lows. And to me, I think you may need to grab that 30. Let me just see on the currency chart because it may be a little bit different. Yeah, so you come very close to that previous low but not yet grabbed it. I think you may spike out that low a little bit more, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, so the Audi, yeah, I think the Audi is going to have one more spike lower. I mean, if I can, I mean, where would I think the only place I could really consider some shorts into them lows would kind of be up here to make it worthwhile. Shorting out of these, yeah, see, look, even this current push up, we haven't grabbed any of these little 5-minute lows, so you're going to come and spike down a little bit more here. Let's just see how this is going to close in 50 seconds. If this hourly closes like this and instantly pushes up to grab the previous, amazing, I'll consider some shorts from them regions. So I'm just going to mark them on the previous 30 high. If we grab the previous 30 high, then you could short into the previous 30 lows, and vice versa, like this. If you come and, oh shit, if you come and grab the lows first, then you may spike back up into the highs, which then would kind of give an overall bigger push. 1950 was the previous monthly open. Yeah, I think you're right. I think, let's see. It's a big level. Unemployment claims today is going to be huge. Yeah, so that's that monthly support right now, which is solid. It's a big level. It's a big level. So seeing some bounces from this region is pretty expected. So 30-minute. Let's see here on the futures chart. Hourly has closed respecting support. I think you're going to spike down a little bit more. If you can spike down some lows, I could consider it. Let me keep this on the 30. I mean, if you just zoom out here, look at this. We're in a very small range. Like it's almost a bit too zoomed in here to see what's actually going on. Let's see. So 5 minutes, kind of having a little push up now. So create that bottom wick, reflipping back bullish. Like I say, as soon as you grab these previous 30 highs, that's where you got to be careful. Which single stocks are you watching? Absolutely none. We're watching gold here, man. I'm not watching any stocks. I don't trade stocks. TGR trades. I have no idea who that is. Let me have a look. I have no idea who that is. YouTube or something? Yeah, I'll have a watch. I've never seen this dude before. Check him out, man. Check him out. The top step discount. If you just click the link, it's automatic with the current sales anyway. Use liquidity grabs and smart money concepts. Ah, nice. Yeah. See, I don't really use I don't use any elements of SMC. I just use liquidity grabs. It's just like the foundation and kind of breakouts. But yeah, the liquidity is the most important part. I know like a lot of a lot of SMC traders use a lot more in-depth stuff. Like, you know, order blocks and I don't know what the other names are, but yeah, for me it's literally just for gold, grabbing previous highs or lows, that liquidity, and then having the push. I sometimes find SMC traders maybe just overanalyze a bit too much, whereas for me I just keep it super simple. Liquidity grabs, you know, of previous highs or lows, and then breaks of, you know, intraday support and resistance. Which time frame is the bottom right? So I got the 30, 15, and 5. The other time frame. So analysis is based off the 30 and 15, and the 5 is just for execution of what's going on down here. Trader or Quant Tower? Ninja Trader, to be honest, man. So neither of the two. I think Ninja Trader's probably the best. Is the simplest to use, I should say, anyway. Quant Tower is, I see some people using Quant Tower. Also looks pretty good, but for me, Ninja Trader is pretty clean. YouTube, I've got 47 people tuning in. Remember, drop a little like for the stream. We could have a trade soon. This is our hour of volume. This is where we see the most volume in Asia, so we could see a trade. I think you're going to spike down a little bit more here on gold and come and grab some lows. That's what I do pretty much, to wait for the liquidity grab and then breaks. Yeah, amazing, man. Yeah, amazing. That's all you need. That's literally all you need. Exactly the same with these plays yesterday on gold. Look at that. Comes up, liquidates the highs. Huge push. You get the shorts from there, amazing. If you don't get the shorts from there, where you've had the liquidity grab, you get the breaks, the retest. Amazing. That's a 60 pip push from there to there. So that's all you need, man. It's a very nice play. And that's all I do as well. Literally the exact same. All of the trades that, you know, we take are literally based off that. Hey, what's this? Oh, what have I just done? Fuck. Quick grabs, flips, boom. What have I just done? Why have I just broken the journal? What is this one? 28 ticks. This is a London trade. Yeah, there you go. That's probably a perfect example right there. That's a lovely one. It's a very, very nice one. So yeah, I'm pretty much the same, man. Come on, gold. Give us some volume, man. Give us some volume today. I want to get a little Asia scalp here. Liquidity grabs, and then you look. Yeah. So I mean, let me share this. How do I share? I show you. I did a whole video on this. It's actually become my most viewed video, which is pretty cool. Because like I said, I think people just overanalyze things too much these days. Whereas for me, it's literally liquidity grabs and breaks of intraday levels. You can check that one out, man. Got trade on USD because of mainly trade gold. Yeah, good man, yeah. Same as me. I'm only really trading gold here. Look at it, we have a nice little push up here. Gonna come and grab some 15-minute highs. We got no bottom wick on this current 5. So from these regions, once you grab these 15-minute highs here, this is where you could see gold have a little dip back lower. So let's see how we're going to react in these levels. I mean, if you get 15 closure above this level, then amazing. Like that's the point where I would look for some longs. Same as that 30. You get that 30 closure above this big level, amazing. You can look for longs. But until then, we're at resistance. So be open to the fact that you may dip lower. Be open to both. I want to go back to the weekly open 944ish. Yeah, that'd be pretty big. Oh yeah. Well, today, like, it's kind of hard to say where we're going today in Asia. We'll get little scalps intraday, but unemployment claims today is going to be, I think it's going to set the tone for gold for like the next few weeks, to be honest. At least the rest of the week. Oh, you're going to get a closure above here on gold. Look at this. How many ticks is this? It's only 10 pips, but still. Good morning from South Africa. Good morning, man. Good morning. Why is that big level? Which one, man? Which one? This one? These levels here is just 30-minute and hourly support resistance. That's all it is. Just wicks. And if you go on the 4 hours, big 4 hourly support as well. Look how key this level is here. Look at all this support, fake out, support. That's why you've seen this initial reaction. Oh, so we're actually grabbing the previous 4 hour low there. It may start pushing higher. This is a nice level. This is a big level. I want to see if we're going to get that. So this is where we're starting to see that nice volume. Do you trade on stream or off streams? But yeah, both, man, both. All of these ones here are trades we've taken on stream together. All of these are all streams taken together. Only ones we put in here is ones we've taken together. Taken together, managed together, lost together, made bank together. And yeah, even on the YouTube streams, you guys on YouTube have had some banging trades as well. I've shown some absolute bangers on stream. Ooh, I think we're gonna get a nice 15 closure here. If this 15 closes like this, closes nice and strong and breaks actually above these previous 15 highs, we may actually be able to take this thing higher. I'm in school, but I saw your video on Bangkok expenses. Seems like a pretty cool city to live in. I live in there. Yeah, Bangkok's an awesome city. Bangkok's a very cool city. Thailand in general is a very cool place. Especially if you guys who want to take the leap into travel and trading. Thailand's an amazing place for that. An amazing place. I think Vietnam's going to be pretty cool as well. I'm excited to go to Vietnam. Vietnam's going to be a cool spot. Alright. Let's see if this 15's. Oh fuck! I would have loved to have already been in this bloody plate. But there's been no entries. I mean, it's 10 ticks, so it's finally gonna get this breakout. But if we zoom out here, we're we're ranging a lot. So if we do get this closure above, amazing. This is where you could see gold have a nice retracement here. So this is good. The more you kind of come up to this resistance as well, the more you can start to imagine. The more retailers are going to be trying to short this level, you know, with stops above this high. So any rejection here, amazing. I want to be buying into that resistance. For next year's retreat, Fins. Yeah, I've heard of that, man. Is that the one like right on the water? Let me Google that. I have heard of that before. Is it right on the water, I think? Yeah, that looks sick, man. Yeah, absolutely going there. Fins, yeah, it looks sick, man. We'll go there for sure. Absolutely. Don't grab these highs just yet. I think you're probably going to grab these highs. I want it to reject here because I want to be buying into that resistance. This 15's finally breaking out here. Look at that 30, pushing. This is good. We're starting to see some volume. Are you in a position now? No, I'm in no positions. I'll show you when I am. You'll be able to see it here. I'll show you when I'm in a position. I'm not in yet. I would have loved to have been in this gold push, but no, I'm not in yet. So we're just grabbing this little double top. The reason I haven't been in it yet is because we haven't had a 15 closure with good volume. This is the first push we're having, so this is great. I mean, it's so easy to zoom in and think this is just, you know, moved so much, but this is the first breakout we'll kind of see. So this is great. This is exactly what I want to see. So as soon as we get this 15 closure in 2 minutes, if we can get a quick bottom wick, we could be buying gold back up into this 30 resistance up here and easily come and retrace like back up into these levels. So this is looking pretty nice here. 1915, good man, very nice, good entry, good entry. Okay, thoughts on NQ? Yeah, I'll take a look, man. I'll take a look in a second. I'm just gonna see if we're gonna get a gold trade here in a second. Do trade? Trade ES, the S&P futures, but not in Asia or London. Only in the New York session. So look at that. We've just wicked out them highs here, and we're having an instant rejection. So is this going to be a liquidity grab into the highs before coming to grab the lows? Who knows? I don't want to see it reject this hard. I would rather be buying into that resistance. But now you've liquidated these highs. Let's see how this is going to close. How many times a week do you stream live every day? So on YouTube, 4 times a week. In this Asian session on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then London every Wednesday and Friday. In the community, we stream London every single day. Ooh, look at that 5 wick. Because I had to come and liquidate them highs. I would, if I was in this long, that's where I would be targeting. So let's just see. I'm just gonna close here in 50 seconds. Look at this wick. Yes, I will. Good morning as well, Damon. Yeah, I will. Like I say, if I was buying this is the highs that we were talking about, where gold had to come and grab before a potential push back down. So if you get a big 15 rejection here, and you don't actually close above this support, then you may just continue to range, or you'll come and see this come and grab some daily lows. Yeah, that's my exit. Yeah, amazing. Good job. In and out. That's what I'd be. If I was in from here or here, I'd be TPing right here. Because that's the liquidity highs that we've been speaking about. And that right there is almost a 20 tick push. Very nice. But let's see, you've got 7 seconds here. So 50 is not too bad. But you still got, see, look at this on the future chart. You still got triple top, but it's already been grabbed on the currency chart. So we instantly push on. Let's see if you can grab, before filling in that wick, let me see if we can, that's a very wonky line, see if we can grab some previous 5-minute lows. If we keep pushing up, I'm not going to chase it. I need a bottom wick on this 15 first. If it just keeps pushing up, that's fine. I need a bottom wick on this 15. I think you're going to fill in this wick now. Been scalping Tesla consistently to paper trading. Would you recommend starting trading live? Yeah, definitely. You don't, I mean, paper trading is great, but you don't want to paper trade for too long, because if you're getting good results on paper trading, you're not going to get the exact same results on live trading. But the only way you're going to get good at live trading is by actually live trading. Paper trading will only take you so far. Paper trading won't make you a consistently profitable trader, unfortunately. So we're just wicking out that previous high. So we filled in that wick. If we had grabbed the lows, I would buy into that wick, but it's okay. We got no bottom wick on this current 15 just yet. Like I would only paper trade for like, or even the gold, Australian futures here, looking at these highs. I would only paper trade for like 2 to 3 months max. You don't want to paper trade for too long. Do you ever have a bias like analyze being a trading session? Yeah, I don't have a bias, but I draw on like my liquidity levels of where I think price could come and grab some highs or lows before having a move. So like before, prior to this the start of this push, we had on these lows and these highs marked on, and then I'm waiting for the 15 to break out in whichever direction to trade it into them levels. But I don't really trade with a bias. Like, you know, if gold was to respect this level, I'd be looking to shorts into this low. If it closes above amazing, I'll go long. I just follow wherever the closures go. And that's kind of how you have to trade. Don't trade with an ego or a bias. You know, you can have analysis of where you think price may go, but be adaptive to the fact that price can literally do anything. And that's the reason, you know, like I'm able to keep all my, you know, losses so small, is because whenever price does like close back or back above or back below a level, I'll cut the trade straight away, because I'm not interested in trading off what I think. So for this example, you know, we got short off that level. Once price didn't actually drive down, amazing, I'll cut the trade straight away. What other losses? This is like -3 pips. I don't ever let them come anywhere near full stop loss, because like I say, I don't trade with that bias. So what's this one? So we got long whilst price broke above that level. Amazing. You cut that. So my stop loss was originally like, you know, much lower. I'll cut the trade straight away. As soon as it breaks back below the level, no ego, no bias, cut the trade instantly. I would love to be in this damn push on Goldie, I'll tell you that much, because this is pushing nicely. It's pushing very, very nice. Do I have that Excel available? Yeah, sure. Message me on Instagram, man. Message me on Instagram. One's 3% profit a week is what I should be able to get. Money isn't an issue. More of a new skill. Side hustle, good man. Well, trading from a point of where money is not an issue is probably one of the best places you could ever trade from. Last hour low hasn't been grabbed yet. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's why. Well, none of these 30 lows have been grabbed here on gold. Which, you know, you may not grab it here in Asia, but in London and the US session, yeah, you're at least gonna come and grab the daily lows from yesterday as well. So if you have a look at the daily on gold, this just could be a top wick, you know, retesting all this resistance, and later on you could see this flip bearish and come back down and drive back down into these levels. So this could be the false move of the day, which you typically see in Asia, the retracement, before then later on pushing back down. But I'm still looking for entries here. Long or short, I don't really care, but I'm still looking for entries. 15 is just grabbing the previous 15 high. There's no real bottom wick on this 15 just yet. Nas looking like it's gonna push. Let's have a look. Never traded Nas in Asia. Do you know this level here? You got that resistance there. Not worth it. 13 points. Yeah, I'd probably wait for a closure, probably out of that little range on there. So I think you could get pretty chopped up in there. 5 minutes still throwing some rejections here, not closing above this resistance. Really wouldn't surprise me if you retrace this entire move, which would be a very nice short. So if price closes above the rejection, you'd buy with the wick down, and if it comes... Yeah. Is pretty much exactly that. Like, for instance, I'll try and give you an example. So let's say, I mean, actually, there was a nice example yesterday. Like, if you take shorts, and this is where I see a lot of retail traders fuck up, is because they hold their losses way too long. for me, you know, if I got short on this region for whatever reason, you know, it's a nice support, you've liquidated the highs. If I get short here, the second that price closes back above this level that I'm shorting from, I'm cutting the trade straight away. Because if you're shorting from this level, then you want to see it respected to drive lower. So if I hold onto my shorts and price closes above and retest and keep pushing higher and I don't hit full stop loss, then I'm going to look back and I'm going to be like, why did I hold that trade? I was shorting above a level of resistance, price closed above the resistance. If anything, I should be flipping my bias and going short. Like for me, on, you know, all of these trades here, these are all trades that we have taken on stream, and none of these have come anywhere near hitting my full stop loss. Like these aren't, you know, I don't get in a trade with a 2-tick stop loss. That's me cutting my trade at minus 2 ticks because price isn't doing what I had initially anticipated, so I'll cut the trade straight away. And that's how you have to trade, and that's how you trade with like no bias. If you're, let's see if we got another example here. This is trades that we took in June. The biggest loss we took in June was like minus 7 pips as well. Yeah, another example here. We got tagged in. I think you must have got filled in with spreads a little bit here. So we got tagged in on some shorts here. Once price didn't flip bearish, cut the trade straight away. Straight away. No hesitation, no ego. What's this? Minus 6. Sometimes we can cut it at minus 2, sometimes minus 6, sometimes, you know, minus 10. Exactly the same here. We got long off price flipping bullish and breaking above this level. The second it doesn't drive, cut the trade straight away. Original stops would have been all the way down here. The one we had on stream would have hit full stop loss. This was in Asia, not last week, the week before, I believe. We took this on the YouTube stream as well. We got long once price closed above, looking for this to re-break the highs and have a nice drive after that 15 liquidity grab. Once price reclosed back below the level, cut the trade on the retest. So got out of that trade at like what, minus $400, and would have ended up hitting like minus like $1,200. So yeah, it's very, very important. Look at that candle on gold. Yeah, this on gold, this 30 on gold could be huge. Because we're liquidating all these highs. Look at that 15. If this 5 starts to flip bearish after liquidating these highs, you may see it drive back into the lows. Look at this 15 now on gold. Look at this. Like I say, if anyone's in this long, this is where you have to be taking profit. Because if this is the level where, you know, people are shorting, where's their stops going to be? Their stops going to be above this high. So as soon as you grab them highs, you have to be open to the fact that gold may now come and grab some lows that we haven't really grabbed yet. So on the 5 minute on the top right, this is the previous daily low that at some point today this could be a big top wick on the daily to flip bearish and just either keep pushing lower before that news. Are you in trade? No, not yet, man, not yet. I'm seeing how this 15 is going to flip bearish. Living my dream life. Good, man, make it happen. No reason why not. That's great. No matter what your strategy is mathematically, you can't lose if you're losing 2 to 6 pips. And, well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I look at like my win rate, for example, August was a quiet month anyway. Win rate in July. This is why win rate isn't everything. So my win rate in July was only like 58%, but look how small my losses are compared to my wins. You know, it's because I cut this. So my biggest loss in July was like 15 ticks, and that's because I actually got a poor fill. It should have been like minus 9. But again, we're cutting the trade way before it even comes anywhere close to hitting full stop loss. And then, you know, on average, win is probably like what, 28, 25. 20, sometimes 10, 2, 37. As in July, in June, 17, 10, 30, 10, 20, minus 6, minus 2, minus 2. I see, oh, this 15 is looking juicy here. If this closes back below, we could see a pretty decent push down here. That 5 minute was damn beautiful. We're getting some good volume here. Can you post this trade link? I would love to Yeah, sure, Damon. I can share the journal with you. Just drop me a message on Instagram, man. I'll just send it here. Actually, it'll just be easier. I'm gonna be sending it back and forth too much. Let me just send it here. Let me just make sure I've got it on the rest thing. This 15 on gold is looking damn beautiful. Damn beautiful. If I was able to get my liquid... Oh yeah, so you asked a question about liquidity. Apologies, I missed it. Well, on gold anyway. Like on gold, it's just pretty much looking at levels. See, look, this one hasn't been grabbed yet. Let's had a push down. This one got grabbed yesterday. This is the level that we had on the YouTube live stream as well. I gave this level on the YouTube live stream. If you took that liquidity grab, man, that's a huge push. But it's basically just a level where price, especially on gold, if gold's going to have a big move, it always comes to grab some highs or lows before having that real move. And you just have to understand it of like a point where, you know, even see this rejection here, again, that's a retail trap because that's the level of resistance where retails, and you guys can go rewatch any of the previous streams for like over 8 months where we literally take these exact trades live. This is the level where people go short here and they're either going to have their stop above here or just above this previous high here. They're going to have it somewhere around there trying to short this resistance. So you just have to kind of look at it at a level of what are the like most people looking at and just kind of, yeah, just understanding that as much as you can. It kind of comes with time. Like you already know here, if anyone's trying to catch this big reversal push on gold, you know, longs from down here, where's their stops going to be? Their stops going to be below like the previous day low, looking for this big play up. So you know at some point today, you're going to spike down and grab all of that. If you grab all these lows before that news comes out, amazing, you could see a potential push higher. If these lows don't get grabbed, then the news could just spike out all of this like we did yesterday. This happened 2 minutes before that news came out. We wicked out the highs and just completely dropped. Exactly the same here on an intraday perspective. Have that resistance, you wick out the highs, you have the real move. But you never want to predict a liquidity grab. Your job isn't to predict a liquidity grab, it's to wait for price to react out of that liquidity grab, which is the reason I'm not shorting right now. I don't just short because I think this is a liquidity grab, we're going to push lower. No, I want to see price break out of that region, confirm it as the liquidity grab, and then I'll take it back lower. So pretty much all I'm looking for here on gold is just to clear this level. You had the liquidity grab, amazing. If it's going to be true momentum, I want to see a break below here to drive lower. Otherwise, if I just jump in shorts here, you know, I'm just getting stuck in this range and I'm getting trapped. So your job's not to predict the liquidity grab. You can do your analysis, see how it's forming, but you then want to wait for the 5 minute to break out of that level so you can take the trade. So we're going to get this 15, we're going to get 30 close here in 30 seconds as well. You may come up and spike that 30 high one more time, which I may consider buying into. I think I've learned a lot from you. Good. We haven't even taken a trade yet, so you're already learning. We haven't even taken a trade on stream yet. Plenty more to come. Like I say, you guys can go watch even some of the old recaps. They're recaps of trades that we've taken on the YouTube streams. And there's so much value on them. Too much value on them, to be honest. So 5 minute bullish, bearish, bullish. 30 just closed pretty nice here now, though. So I think the 15 is going to come up and wick the highs one more time. That 30 high is pretty big. Donbo does it. He is now predicting off weekly time frame. Yeah. People, I don't predict. Your job is never to predict. Your job is purely to react. Like for example, if for whatever reason you took longs off this support, and you know you got your stop like somewhere down here. Say hard stop somewhere down there. For me, the second that price closes below that support, I'll cut the trade instantly. I won't let it come anywhere near my stop loss because it just doesn't make sense. if this is the level that I'm buying at, I want to see it respected. If it isn't respected, then why the fuck would I hold the trade, right? The only reason I would hold the trade is because I'm putting my opinions on the markets. Exactly the same right now. If you're like, you know, if you're shorting this resistance here, price is closed above retesting, that's your opportunity to cut your trade. You can stick around for a while, maybe see if you get special. Yeah, I'll be on for another half an hour. I'm seeing if we're going to get another little push here. I need to see it push it down a little bit more. Just because, you know, like if we just zoom out a bit, we're stuck in this little range. So if I'm going to trade this range, I think you could see like this little inverse head and shoulders off this level. So you got this left shoulder, now you've got this head, come down, create that right shoulder, and then you may see that retracement. But yeah, overall, like you can see what Asia's doing. It's a little bit raging. If we do get trade, amazing. I'll absolutely take it with you guys, but I'm not going to force it. But we'll still stick around for the, you know, like another 30 minutes to see if we can get something here. To be honest, I would have been riding this push up here if we had grabbed these lows. But the fact that we haven't grabbed any of these lows, be wary of these getting grabbed later on. Even that low there. Be wary. All of these lows later could completely get grabbed. If gold's going to have a big retracement, you know, higher, you're at least going to come and grab these. Got out my long a little too soon. Hey, profit's profit. Profit's profit. One thing I do is I don't ever just fully close trades because I like the look of the profits. If price gets in, like, you know, if I have longs from here and price gets up here and I want to cut my trade here, I'll just trail. So if I was in this, you know, I probably would have been taken out here. But if it kept breaking up, yeah, I'll just keep trailing. I get out of a trade the exact same way I get into a trade. When the markets tell you it's time to get out. And the good thing about trading futures is you can trail like 50% of your position. So if I was in, you know, if I was in long gold, like 10 contracts from down here, say I was in long 10 contracts from down here, and, you know, I want to trail, well, I can always just trail like 50%. You could have just trailed 50% there. So you put in your sell orders, so you sell back, you close 50% there, put the other 5 at break even, and just keep trailing. If that 5 gets taken out there, amazing. Well, then you can now start trailing the rest of the 50% like below here. Come on, Goldie, we're pushing higher, but you didn't give me a damn entry. We're straight back into this 30 resistance right here, and this is the level where you can see it retrace back down into here. But is it worth taking the risk? I don't know. Do you mentor? I mean, you can join the community if you want. I'm not here to sell you anything, but you can join the community where we trade live like this every single day in the London session if you want to check it out. More than welcome. Or you just tune into the streams for a little bit longer, see if you like the style, and then yeah, make up your own decisions really. I do so look at the monthly and weekly time frame. I look at the monthly once just to see how the last, like I'll look at it like the last and first day of the month to see how it closed. And then that's about it. I'll look at the weekly though, yeah, I'll look at the weekly every single week. Sometimes halfway through the week I'll see how it's kind of forming. You know, typically around like Wednesday and Thursday is where you start to see, like, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday can kind of be the false move of the week, so I kind of see how it's performing throughout then. And then I know Thursday coming into Friday, especially if there's news, that's when it could start to take a turn around. See, look at this. Look at these wicks. We're throwing these big wicks because we're in this 30 range and we're at this 30 resistance. Ooh, you just had a nice little 5-minute closure there. How many, if you respect the previous 5 and you can drive from here, oh, you may see a little push here if this 5 can flip bearish in a second. It's a very aggressive trade because it's so range bound, but if you see that previous 30 high respected, so you wouldn't market execute, you'd have a sell stop in if that 5-minute flips bearish. And then you got that 30 close about 24 minutes. Let's see. I don't have this order in yet. I don't know if... I like this trade. I just don't like the fucking volume. Excuse my French. I think, you know what? Let me put this in. I'm going to put in... give me a second. I'm about to put this in. I'm going to go half risk. Just because the volume is a bit sketchy to me. I don't want to go in a full position. So I'll be going in 5 contracts if I take this in a second. So my entry on the futures chart is going to be around like 1942.2. And I'm only going to go in half risk. Because the volume is just a bit weird. I'll enter in my second position once I get a little bit more price action. Let me just see here. I haven't put anything in just yet. Alright, I'm going to put a sell stop 5 contracts at 1942.2. If this 5 doesn't flip bearish, I'll just wait. And my stop's just going to be above the high. And I'll enter in my second position, you know, once the 5 minute, you know, closes like somewhere back below here. So I'll be risking like $300. So I'm in that now. I'm in that. I'm going to put my stop in now. Stop is going to go above that high. If this 5 minute doesn't close below this low, you know, I'll be managing off this current 5, but I'm in this trade because we're at that 30 resistance. So I want to see this 30. I want to see this 30 close, you know, back below here. But then the next 30 could still give a top wick retest and then still push down. If this 5 minute closes nice and bearish here, you know, stop loss will go above this current 5 minute high. I want this 5 minute to close with a nice body. A nice body. But I'm risking like $300 on this trade, so I can afford to take that risk. If this 5 minute doesn't close bearish, then I'll probably just cut the trade straight away. But let's see how it's going to close. And you know, you could have runners, you know, all the way back down into the daily lows. Whether we get that volume in Asia, it may come in London, but we'll see. If this 5 minute doesn't close below here, then I will probably cut the trade. But I want to see how this 15 is going to close as well, to be honest. So you got 1 more minute. If this 5 minute does close below, at the retest, I'll enter in my second position as well. But for right now, we're in this half risk. Are you in Oz or somewhere else? I'm in Oz. I live in Australia. I live in Australia, man. I live in the Sunshine Coast. Ooh, look at this! If it breaks this high, we will be cutting this trade. Let me just show you guys. I'll respond to your questions in a second, guys. I'm just looking at this trade. So I'm minus like 250 on this. The reason I'm having my stop above this high, because if this 30 comes and creates a new high, I don't want to hold this position. And this is also the reason I'm only in this half risk, is because this volume is a bit sketchy. So you actually grabbed the previous 5 minute low on the currency chart, but didn't on the futures, which I have only just seen. Let's see how this 5 minute. If this 5 minute closes like this, I'll cut it at like minus $200. So we got 13 seconds. 5 seconds. I'm getting ready to close this. This isn't what we want to see, and this is the reason we go in this half risk. So 5 minute, yeah. So 5 minute just closed bullish. So I don't want to be in this trade anymore. Let's see if we're gonna get a bottom wick. The futures chart is nowhere near the previous high, like the currency chart. I'm gonna bring this in. I don't really want to be in this trade anymore. If it comes up to create a new high, I will close this. It's a very small risk, but yeah, the bounce off that support is not what we want to see. I mean, you could wait for the 30 close, but I don't want to hold that trade for too long. So I'm gonna be out of this one in a second. Spreads got me. Yeah, well, I'm still in, man. My entry's at 1942.2. I've just put my stop loss in at 1942.8. I've just brought it down. I think it is very likely going to tag me out. You could hold to 30 close, but in Asia, it's not worth holding. I think we wait for that closure below. And I think we wait for this 15 closure. I mean, if this 15 does start to close back below, I will look to re-enter. But yeah, that 5-minute support was quite strong there. So I'm only like minus 250 on this position. So at normal full risk, this is like, if it does hit my stop loss, is like minus 3 pips, which is great. But I am still in. I truly hate spreads. Yeah, fuck spreads, man. Trade futures, man. I'm still in this. I mean, I have no expectations for this position because it's just ranging, but I am still in. My stop loss is above this current 5. Let me actually. I don't know why you guys on Zoom can't see my screen. Let me share. Let me see. Let me do new share. Here. There. So there's my entry. I just put my physical stop in. There you go. I'm out. So, I'm still in 3 contracts. So it just closed me out minus $120 there, which is good. I'm still in 3 contracts. So I only got filled taken out for 2. Why did I just get filled for 2 there? So yeah, so like original risk was all the way up here, but as this 5-minute closed bullish, then I don't want to be in this trade anymore. I mean, if it can push back down and retest, I'll probably just cut it there. But yeah, I'm still in this. Like, I'm still in 3 contracts. I just want to see how this 30 is going to close, because this 30 could still be nice here. But I'll wait for the 30 to actually close. If the 30 does close below here, you're still going to get the next 30 top wick. Same as the 15. We got what, 3 more minutes to? Oh, there you go. Cool. I'm fully out. So I am minus. I took minus $300 on that trade, which is good management. So the 5-minute still. Let me show you guys back to the chart so you guys can see and I'll look at your questions, and I'll show you why I didn't enter that full risk as well, because that was good management. So minus $300 there, which is good. The reason that I cut it, like, you know, on the futures chart like here, is because once that 5-minute didn't actually close bearish below the low. See, look, if I didn't manage my position, I'd now take full stop loss. I wanted to see this 5-minute respect this level and have that drive lower. So as soon as that 5-minute doesn't do that, I'll cut the trade straight away. So if I was in that full risk, that would be like minus 3 ticks, which is great. So let me, and also the reason I didn't enter in that full position like we normally do is because the Asian volume is a little bit meh. I'll look for re-entries, but I want to see this 15 close. So let me just let me put this in. It's like minus 3 at full risk. Confluences for the trade, I'd say it was like 3. I still think it's going to push lower. Gold. What time did we take this trade? 02:35. And this is the reason I love trading futures as well, because if I had taken it on FX, my loss would have been way bigger than that. Max takes. Well, I'll see how it's going to play. But yeah, if any sort of re-entries, because I still think, you know, like if this 30 closes back below here, the next 30 is still going to give a top wick, and that's when you're going to see that drive back down. But I'm not going to chase it until we get that closure. Would you enter on the last 15 of the hourly? Yes, if you can get a good entry, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I would be wary to the fact that, you know, if the 30 closes back below here, like I say, it's very likely that the next 30 is going to give a top wick as a retest, and then you just have to survive that top wick. So rather than trying to survive that, I would rather wait to enter off it and then look for that push down. So yeah, it depends where you get the push, because we still haven't closed above this 15 resistance. We didn't even close above the previous 15 high. So you still may see this push down, but I'm personally, because we can make back three ticks in 5 minutes, I'm just gonna wait for the volume. But yeah, that was good management again, in my opinion. If the 5-minute had closed back below there, we could have had a lovely entry and I would have entered in a second position, but because it didn't, and it did actually grab the previous 5-minute low there, whereas on the futures chart I didn't actually see that. But that's the kind of potential point at when you're grabbing the previous low, you can be putting your stop above that 5-minute high, and then that's when you're seeing that push higher. So if I hadn't, I didn't mean to delete that. If I hadn't have put, so we got short around here. If I hadn't have managed, wait, let me go back. Where's the original short I had on? There. So if I hadn't have managed this position, cut it at -3 pips, we'd be sitting in even more drawdown for literally no reason right now. So let me keep that position on. I'll just put it to the side. But the reason we keep our losses so small is, one, we're not married to a bias, and two, we can make back 3 ticks in literally in a single second. I live near Byron, but I'm in Central America. Oh, nice, man, nice. Byron's a sweet place. I went to Byron for Christmas last year. So what made you decide to trade futures rather than generally trading stocks? Well, I used to trade. Well, I started off very early days. Started off learning to trade penny stocks. But obviously, I didn't have money to get around, PDT rules, for example. So I went into the FX world probably for the wrong reasons, because I was sold on the dream that you could start trading with a lot less and have a lot of leverage, and not have to worry about PDT rules. So I traded FX for like what, fucking almost basically 5 years now, and I've been dabbling in futures for like just over a year, and recently just made the full-time into full-time futures, not trading FX whatsoever. But I used to swing trade. Yeah, all we used to do was swing trade. But then, once COVID happened, the markets were so much more uncertain, so we had to adapt, and that's kind of when we started introducing day trading. And since then, I've just been loving just getting in and out within like the first like 1 to 2 hours of the session. But yeah, I used to swing trade. If it wasn't for swing trading, I wouldn't have been able to take the leap into full-time trading for sure. Don't understand shorting into that support. What do you mean, Carl? You mean like you don't understand why I took that short there? Like to short down into that? I can run over the reasons for the entry, man. Yeah, that 5-minute level. But it's just it's 30 resistance here, big resistance, 15 resistance, but also it was looking to be a nice liquidity grab. So you got 30 resistance, 15 resistance, 5-minute liquidity grab. So you have like 3 confluences to see a dip from that level. But it's more so the fact that it's 30 resistance. We wicked out the highs one more time, and then grabbed them again. And look at the rejection on these 15-minute candles. So you got big rejection at this resistance. So you can expect that at this resistance, you're going to see a pullback. And down here is a level where you could see this left shoulder head, right shoulder before potentially pushing back up. But the reason that I entered here was entering once price re-broke the low after we wicked out the highs one more time on the 15. But I was looking for this 15 to flip bearish. The fact that it didn't flip bearish is the reason I cut the trade straight away. No, not so much an aggressive entry. I was shorting into the 15 close. You can wait for the 15 closure, but if I wait for the 15 close, then it's already going to fulfill like half of the range that I want. So I was happy to see the 5-minute was throwing nice wicks and actually starting to print bearish. I mean, the safest entry would be waiting for the 15 to respect the resistance, but we kind of already had here, like once, twice. So we had never closed above. The entry that we got was the first time price actually did close above the resistance, which is why I cut the trade. But I do think gold's going to have a retracement, but I'm not, like I say, and we could see a potential like 20 tick pullback, which I'm gonna wait for the 30 to actually close in like 9 minutes. Do you still swing trade FX? No, not anymore, man. I don't trade FX at all. At some point in my life, I may go back to it, but at the minute, I'm enjoying intraday trading and spending, just all we really trade is like 1 to 2 hours in the London session, and that's pretty much it. swing trading good start for beginners? Yeah, absolutely. Swing trading is great for beginners because, you know, when you start, you don't have the time to sit watching the markets every single 5-minute candle closure. And you don't really have the ability to make decisions that quick either. You know, going down, you could see people trading the 5-minute, the 1-minute. The first time you go to the 5-minute or the 1-minute, it's going to look very, very fast. It takes you a while to kind of get used to that. But swing trading will allow you to spend less time on the charts, have more time to make decisions. Because like for me, you know, when I first started trading, I was trying to learn how to day trade whilst living in the UK, where I was working a 9-to-5 job, and it was literally impossible for me to be on the charts at that time. But once I started adapting swing trading, you know, I would utilize alerts a lot more. I'd wait for like hourly and 4-hourly closures. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if you're watching gold right now and you're trying to understand where it's going to go next, was like you could just be on the hourly and just be like, look, I'll come back in 10 minutes when the hourly is going to close. If there's an entry, amazing. Let me see if I can take it. If I need a little bit more, I'll come back in another hour. Let me see, how is this hourly looking? We do have 10 minutes to this hourly. It's going to close here on gold. Yeah, looking pretty strong. I still think you're going to get a bottom wick. But I'm not jumping back in yet. I think I may wait for London before considering another trade. I don't think we're going to get another one here in the next 8 minutes, but who knows? Let's see. Is Apex good? I'm personally not a fan, but try them out first. I wouldn't, you know, just see the sales and jump on. There's a reason they have them sales. Test them out first. I have had guys in the community try Apex, and the drawdown rules are just way too tight. They're way too aggressive. Come back to UK so we can trade together. No, I love Australia too much. I love the weather too much. I'm actually going out to meet one of the guys in the community after this stream to go grab some lunch before London. Wait, you're in the UK. Damn, what time is it? Isn't it like fucking 2 AM or some shit? What time is it in London? Yeah, it's almost 3 AM. Damn, you're on that late night grind. Late night grind to watch me lose $300. Home is where the heart is. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I do miss my friends and family for sure. But as a place, yeah, I unfortunately would never live back in the UK. I saw that, yeah, my Fund of Futures, yeah, I've seen that. I've never tried them. I don't know how good it is, but yeah. Yeah, 253, yeah, that's late, man. You're on that late night grind. But look at the way price is creeping up here on gold. For you guys who on YouTube who won't be here for us with the London session, remember all these daily lows, and remember that the higher time frame chart on gold on the daily is very bearish, and this could be a big top wick. And by the time this daily closes, you know, you could be all the way back down at these levels. So be wary of that. I'm probably going to wait for London before I consider taking another trade, to be honest. If we keep getting closer to like these regions, that's going to be the next high of interest to come and grab. In a sell still. I mean, overall you may push back down, but I would have a cutoff point. Thing is, if you're only scalping like 15, 20, 30 ticks, your stop losses shouldn't really ever be any more than that. Like for me, like for example, for me, you know, I've cut that trade at minus 3 ticks full position. I make back 3 ticks in literally like 30 seconds if I really wanted to. Could flip the bias straight away and recoup it. Like here, that's already 7, so I've already almost made back double the loss. But if you let your losses stay too big, it takes a lot more to make it back. But I mean, as long as you got correct risk management, you'll be good. But just, yeah, definitely have a stop loss area in mind. Yeah, I mean, I'll see if Mark wants to go grab some food before the London sesh. It's always good if you guys are in Australia and you trade Asia and you also trade London. Remember to take a break. Don't sit on the charts for like more than 2 hours per session. If I trade London, if I trade Asia, it's max 2 hours. Always after 2 hours, I get a bit bored and start just taking random positions. So in the next 5 minutes, whether or not gold moves 100 ticks or not, I will be off the laptop until pre-London. Went in this. Oh yeah, 0.1 to test. Yeah, I don't know. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. We're still pushing higher. This 30 is actually looking pretty juicy now. And like I say, this is the reason I cut my trade here. If it doesn't flip here, there's no reason for me just to keep letting this go more and more and more and draw down. Cut the trade straight away. If we had this liquidity grab, man, I'd love to be riding that long. But it's all good. We'll see what London brings. But yeah, Zoom guys, I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you guys in the London session. I don't think we're gonna get anything in the next 3 minutes, so I may as well just let you guys go. I'm gonna go grab some lunch. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy. Bye bye. See you, man. Bye. Yeah, YouTube fam, I'm going to. Let me just see. We're getting a little bit of rejection here. I'm going to let. What time is London? London is in around 4 hours. We'll jump on again. I'll jump on again in like 4 hours. I won't be on YouTube, but I'll be in the community. If you guys want to watch me trade London, I'll be back on YouTube for free in the London session tomorrow. But yeah, guys, watch these liquidity levels. I've given you guys the lows. Don't predict too much. Don't keep jumping in shorts. Price is clearly now flipped bullish, so be wary of that. But yeah, good trade today, good management. Absolutely nothing wrong with that trade. We managed it well. And I'll try and recap it at some point as well. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Remember, we'll be live again tomorrow on YouTube for free for the London session. You guys have the journal as well. You can scroll up in the chat. You'll be able to find it somewhere. But yeah, appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. Remember, trade safe, be smart. And I'll see you guys next time. Unemployment claims as well later on. Be safe. Don't force anything in that. See you guys next time. Peace.